everybody, I'm Cheyenne and I'm here to tell you about the food chain and how it works, what it is, the way it's used. The most simple way to explain the food chain is every organelle needs to obtain energy in order for it to live. In order for an animal to live, it needs sunlight, to drink, it needs food. Food is the source to energy. So, for example, plants get energy from the sun. Animals get energy from eating plants. Some animals get energy from eating other animals, which I know sounds mean and gross and disgusting. But another example is as if, okay, let's say there's grass, and there's a little tiny grasshopper. The grasshopper eats the grass. Then there's a rabbit. The rabbit eats the grasshopper. Then there's a snake. The snake kills and eats the rabbit. That's the way life goes. That is the food chain. So one animal is eating the other. There are many other ways to go around this. There's like insect food chains, there are water life food chains, and then there are land food chains. Just like a bear goes after fish, it's eating another animal for it to survive. Sometimes they collide. A food chain sequence is when someone eats another life form, which is kind of disgusting in many ways and probably could be severely annoying. But here is an example. And I know it's probably hard to see, but that's how it goes down. It goes down a line from the smallest thing to the largest. This can happen with carnivores, herbivores. It happens with many different animals and many different ways. I know it sounds kind of cruel, and I used to think so too, but that's the way of life, just like how we eat animals as well. Sometimes we don't even know. In vegetable burgers, there is still possible traces of cow. Or if you eat vegetable chicken, I know it sounds weird, but my mom eats it. And I decided to look at the back of it, and she has GMOs in there and a whole bunch of other harmful stuff that's worse than just eating regular meat. But we are carnivores, and we are part of the food chain. We eat animals. We eat cows, we eat pigs, we eat a whole bunch of animals that we would, in normal life, be absolutely destroyed if we saw or we killed them. But that's the way of life. That is the food chain. So in order for the food chain to keep continuing, the animals will keep eating each other, the grass will keep growing, the grasshoppers will keep dying. They die, but they're also still being reproduced because they are creating energy for other animals. And there are also many of them being reproductive, which I'm not going to get into because that's a different story. But the food chain is practically a whole bunch of animals eating each other, and some eat grass, some eat animals, and that's absolutely really disturbing and probably really creepy. But what do you think about the food chain? Do you think it's evil? But like plankton, fish, seals, white sharks, raccoons, fish, dragonflies, larvae, snakes, rats, hawks, grass, algae, they all have their own part that plays together and combining the world, making every little thing together. It all becomes one thing, which is kind of hard to understand at times because we don't want to think that we're killing animals or that animals are killing animals. Here's another example of the food chain. I know it's a little hard to see because the font is very small, but there's primary products, primary con-store products, there's secondary consumers, primary consumers, quad consumers, and then it ends with the sixth one, the food chain. And these all have very technical terms that are very hard to understand, but they all do create and connect life. That is our life, and that's the way we live. The number of things that die in a day is amazing because it's also helping others live, which is an amazing thing, because if you think about it, by us killing a cow is saving hundreds of people. By a grasshopper eating grass is cutting down the grass. So technically it's helping and connecting the worlds, making life easier yet harder. But hey, that's life, and I know it can be difficult. But that's the food chain, and the food chain is an amazing thing, which we will learn more about when we get onto that subject in bio. It's a wonderful thing, it's really interesting to learn about, and we will all love it. I know it. Alright, bye!